What is up, my dudes? Today I'm going to be working on this old Chevy truck, and obviously it's white, which shows iron contamination very well, so I figured it would be a very good opportunity to show you guys how to do some proper iron decontamination with some Iron X snow foam and Claybar. Then we're going to polish it and seal it when we're done too. So let me flip the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. So it's very dirty, but you can see I did just a little test spot right here like 2 weeks ago, and all this is not dirt that you're seeing. This is all iron, so it shows up very well in white paint. It is literally everywhere. So what the deal is, the guy likes to mess around with fabricating and welding at his house where this thing was parked, and he's cutting a lot of metal all the time. So that's what we know as industrial fallout. It's all those iron particles becoming airborne, landing on things nearby, and then add a little moisture to the equation, and boom, it rusts to the surface and it gets into the pores of the paint. So without further ado, let's jump into it. I'll show you what I'm going to do to fix the problem. First, I'm going to Iron X snow foam the entire thing. I forgot my tripod, so bear with me. Step one, I'm just gonna foam the whole thing. Right, so I got this bar of purple clay. I got some fine clay bar in the truck as well, but I figure I'm gonna need quite a bit for this job. So I'm just gonna rip a chunk of this off, form it into a nice piece that I can work with, and then just begin hitting this section. I just washed the whole thing, but after I washed it, I re-foam cannoned some soap onto this section that I'm gonna work, and I also have a bucket of water so I can keep this thing lubricated as I go. If you've ever worked with clay, you know that it has to be very lubricated in order for it to slide on the surface. So let's go. Okay, so it's only about 50 degrees out, so this is very hard to work and form. As I use it, it'll soften up a little bit. But basically, you're gonna rip yourself off a nice chunk, about 3 fingers wide. I got soap on here. Gonna get some water, and look at that. Immediately, you can see the iron coming out. You're just gonna take this clay. Like I said, this is a very aggressive clay. There's different grades of clay. There's fine, medium, and aggressive, or hard. This is the most aggressive form that I'm using here. Look at all that iron coming out. So I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm going to well, I guess I should note real quick, see how contaminated that just got? As that starts to happen, you're going to take and fold that in and get a nice new section of clay, because you don't want to keep grinding that into the paint. So got it like that. I'm going to start working a new section, so on and so forth. I'll do this whole fender and I'll show you the results. Okay, this is kind of showing up on camera, but look, I have heavily clayed all this paint right here. You can still see the iron speckling, flecking, whatever you want to call it, in the paint. I've got fresh clay and hit it several times. I've hit it with 2 different grades of clay, and you can still see the imprint of some of the rust stained into the fender, into the paint. So I'm going to be doing paint correction anyways on this. So I'm starting with 3D1, throwing a couple drops down, then just taking my Rupes yellow pad on this Max Shine DA, low speed. Give you a quick little example. Real light pressure, just letting the machine do the work. then taking microfiber rag. This thing is pretty loaded up, so I have a fresh one right here to follow it up. Now you can see that all that final remaining stain is gone. So this is gonna be my final step of preparing the paint. Then after this, I'm gonna wash it one more time to get all these oils off of here. All right, so the one-step correction's done, the clay is done. Washed it again. As you can see, it's wet. And like I said, I'm waxing it for them, which actually I'm using a 2-year graphene ceramic coating. It's a spray on, but I just like to put it on to a wet towel, microfiber rag. Get a little bit better results out of just getting it nice and spread around, nice and even, rather than spraying it on. Just kind of put it on more like a real coating. Spread that all around. All right, that's in direct sun, so it should dry pretty quick. You can see it right here. Just let that haze up. All right, so while that front fender hazes up, this one's already been sitting for a minute. Just take a dry microfiber, level and pull the product. Now the reason I'm going with this graphene ceramic instead of wax is because obviously it's white paint and he's having this iron issue, even though I instructed him to move it to a new spot away from where he fabricates. So this is actually at his warehouse now, at the company he owns, so it's no longer near the fabrication, but nonetheless putting this on to prevent the rust from coming back, because I'd hate for him to pay all this money and, you know, have it happen again in a couple months. So there you go, guys. There is a completed fender. I picked this one because it's in the sun, just to kind of give you guys an idea of the results. As you can see, there is absolutely no trace of the rust anymore. So, job well done. I'm happy. He's going to be super happy. I already know it. And I'm going to finish applying this to this whole truck, and then I'll give you a full walk around. All right, my dudes, I hope you found value in this video. I hope it gives you the confidence to get out there and kill it, man. Get after it. What's holding you back? Don't be scared. It's just paint. You're not, you know, you can screw it up, but you're not gonna screw it up. Just follow the steps and you'll be fine. Get out there, make some money. God bless you. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, all those things. Share it with your buddy. And we'll see you on the next one, my dudes. Peace.